Hello everyone. Today I will tell you a story. The story is titled, Boy Watching the Rain Through the Window. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don't and oppose. Like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. Boy was not a big dog, nor was he especially small. He was simply Boy, round-eyed, soft-eared, and always wearing the kind of expression that made people feel like he understood more than he could ever say. That morning, the house woke up slowly. The rain had started before dawn, tapping gently on the roof, then sliding down the windows in long, shimmering lines. The world outside felt washed clean, quieter than usual, as if even the city had decided to speak in whispers. Boy padded across the living room floor, his nails clicking lightly on the tiles. He stopped in front of the large window near the sofa, the one that always fogged up when the weather changed. He sat down carefully, curling his tail around his paws, and lifted his head. Outside, the rain fell steadily. Cars passed by with soft splashes, leaves trembled under tiny droplets, and the sky hung low and gray. Boy tilted his head. He didn't bark. He didn't whine. He simply watched. Sometimes he followed a single raindrop with his eyes, tracking its slow journey down the glass until it disappeared at the bottom. Other times, he looked beyond the window, as if trying to understand where the rain came from and where it went. His breath warmed the glass, leaving a small cloudy circle that faded every time he blinked. In the kitchen, someone was making tea. The faint smell drifted through the house, mixing with the cool scent of rain. Boy's ears twitched, but he didn't move. The rain held his attention completely. It felt like the rain was telling him a story, one without words, only rhythm and patience. Now and then, Boy sighed, a soft, content sound, as if the rain had settled something inside him. The world felt safe from behind the window. He was dry, warm, and loved. And so he stayed there, watching, learning the language of falling water. As the morning slowly turned into afternoon, the rain showed no sign of stopping. The light outside changed from pale gray to a deeper silver, and the room grew cozier. A blanket was draped over the sofa. Someone sat nearby, scrolling through a phone, occasionally glancing at Boy with a smile. Boy shifted positions, stretching his front legs forward and lowering his chest to the floor, but his eyes never left the window. A bird hopped along the wet sidewalk outside, shaking its feathers in annoyance. Boy's tail wagged once, gently, as if he were saying hello. He didn't rush to the door. He didn't bark in excitement. He simply acknowledged the bird's existence and went back to watching the rain. At one point, a loud clap of thunder rolled across the sky. Boy flinched slightly, his ears pulling back. He looked around the room, checking for reassurance. When he saw the familiar faces and calm expressions, he relaxed again. He returned to the window, sitting a little closer to the sofa this time. A hand reached out and rested on his head, stroking his fur slowly. Boy leaned into the touch without looking away from the rain. His eyes softened. His breathing slowed. He wasn't just watching the rain anymore. He was sharing the moment. The rain seemed heavier now, drumming against the glass with more energy. Water pooled on the ground outside, reflecting the dull sky like a broken mirror. Boy watched the reflections ripple and change. Everything moved, yet everything felt peaceful. In that moment, Boy wasn't thinking about walks, treats, or toys. He wasn't waiting for the rain to stop. He was fully present. The sound of the rain, the warmth of the room, and the gentle hand on his head were enough. Time passed unnoticed. The clock ticked, but neither Boy nor his human paid attention. They existed together in a shared silence, connected by something simple and honest. Boy's eyes slowly grew heavy. His head dipped, then lifted again as if he didn't want to miss a single drop of rain. Eventually, his eyes closed. But even as he drifted into sleep, his body remained facing the window, as if part of him was still watching, still listening to the rain's quiet song. When the rain finally softened and the sky began to lighten, Boy woke up. He stretched, yawned widely, and looked at the window one last time. The world outside hadn't changed dramatically, but something inside felt calm, settled, and complete. Boy didn't need the rain to mean anything special. He simply allowed himself to experience it, fully and honestly. Watching Boy that day was a gentle reminder of how animals teach us without words. In our busy modern lives, we often rush, overthink, and search for meaning in everything. Boy showed that value can be found in stillness, in observation, and in sharing quiet moments with those we love. He didn't try to control the rain or complain about it. He accepted it, learned from it, and found peace within it. From Boy, we can learn to slow down, to be present, and to respect the emotional worlds of animals. They feel comfort, fear, curiosity, and joy just as we do, sometimes more purely. By offering them patience, safety, and love, we also heal parts of ourselves. A better relationship between humans and animals begins with understanding, empathy, and shared silence. Sometimes, all it takes is sitting beside a window and watching the rain together.